bummed. I had it all planned out, and I was gonna play the song "Move Like Jagger." What is it? Move Like Jagger. You guys, that's a naughty song. So I couldn't play it because it has a really fun beat. The words are kind of, sensual. So, you all enjoy it on your own by Maroon 5. Maroon 5, it's really good. Are we on? No? Why am I talking?
You're just hanging out. We're hanging out waiting for Sabrina.
Oh, so they're on.
Well, you're live. You've got 350 people watching you.
Yeah. In fact, what was the song that you were dancing to out there?
I was listening to Bob Marley. What's that song? Give it up, or stir it up.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, little darling. I don't know the song.
Yeah.
I tried to sing it. Jordan?
They want to know where my bleached hair is. Guys,
I think you need to come around the camera and share. We are socially spacing. I've got it masked and everything. So just know we all are like doing everything. It's breaking me.
I've got to leave this. We're going to turn this off and come back on. Sabrina's not working.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Real quick, we'll try it again. Hold on.
Welcome. We're going to try this again as we are waiting for our morning call, our morning chat, our morning FaceTime, or whatever live. Mark, what are you looking for?
Her scissors.
Oh my gosh.
Normally we get leggings out of your car and we don't show them how you make a face mask.
Oh, yeah. Get they're like an olive green pair. I don't think we have scissors. Oh, in the top drawer, in the kitchen. Hi, everybody. So excited, honestly. So I was on the other group, but then we're just waiting for Sabrina. Is Sabrina on?
Sabrina is on and ready to go.
Good morning, Sabrina. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being so willing to be a part of what we do every day. We get messages from our communication team, and we love that they're trying to be proactive. Asking Mark and I exactly what is it that you have to share. And honestly, within the last 10 minutes, things come to my mind that I feel like it's really important to start sharing with you all. I've been listening to positive. And so I've been listening to positive music, trying to keep that going. I reached out to my kids. Each and every one of them are feeling this feeling of uneasiness, this feeling of being confined and being forced to do something. And you know what? We're not being forced. We're choosing to be safe and protect others from ourselves and ourselves to others. So in my thoughts for this morning, I want to remind you that you all got your cards. You've been getting your cards about Mission Possible. And I want to make sure, that you are keeping these, making your commitment. Remember, I love that the back of them are free for you to write your things that you need to do and your goals.
And we are not promoting the in-home pop-up one or contacting person one. So.
You guys are smart. I mean, if you get it, obviously, save it for another time because you're going to want to get back into the swing of things and out there talking to people. I heard something on this morning on the radio, a couple of things that came to my mind. So I want to tell you that I want to remind you all that we are in social spacing, okay? Does that mean you're social reclusing? Yes. But does that mean you are in isolation from being social at all? The problem is, remember, your generation is all about this. And I want to challenge you and invite you all to get on a phone and I love how now, if you're in a group thread, if you're a group with your teams, if you can't do a Zoom call and you can't set it up because maybe it takes a little bit more time, I want to challenge you to quickly push FaceTime. Please invite those that are in that group chat. They can all FaceTime together. And oftentimes when Mark and I are trying to get a message out to our kids, we have what is called the Braden feed. And it's a text thread. It's really hilarious. And it goes viral with good, positive vibes out there. But oftentimes it's too long, takes too much time to do a Zoom call, set it up. You know what? You can be social immediately by putting a group together, 3 to 5 people or more, and say, hey, you guys, I want to see you. Let's talk. The other thing that I've been doing is that I have been sending out video groups. And so, as you all know, I started with the 1st of January, the first week of January, new onboards. And I thought, you know what? I already sent a message. I did a call. I did a Zoom call. And I thought that wasn't very personable for me. So what I've chosen, it's taking a little bit more work for me because I have to add the sponsor plus the new onboard's phone number into my phone. Hallelujah. On the sponsor side, I have a ton of all of you in my phone. And so you'll get a video from me that is for you and your sponsor, and I call you both by name. The reason I do that is because, honestly, I don't want you to think that it's a copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. I could do that. You guys, that would save me so much time. But you know what we have on our hands right now? Time. Time to connect. Time to love one another. Time to be more loving, especially making that connection. And you know what? We're going to get back to the things that we needed to do. I'm on a chat right now with a handful of women retailers that obviously, because the guys aren't really much into that. I call them the empty nesters. So whatever that is, wherever you are. I mean, I started being an empty nesters in my late 40s, and Hudson just turned 15, and so I mean, crazy. What I want to tell you is that if in that group, there's just a bunch of us that are just being so positive. And so this morning when I was wearing my mask and I was heading out, I ran to Starbucks, you know, in the car, and she had her mask on that was through the window and her gloves on. And of course, me too. I had my gloves on and my mask on. And I got emotional. And I thought to myself, as she said to me, you know, Deanne, she doesn't know my name, but I told her my name because, you know, they write your name on the cup. And she said, Deanne, I'm a homeschooler. And I actually teach other moms how to be a homeschooler. And she said, I've talked to some of my moms, and I never ever thought that we would get to this place. And here we are. It is going to make the history books of what we're going through right now. And you know what? Like all the positive people out there, and I'm going to choose to use them, talk about the positive motion of this event. So I want to teach you and challenge you to do that, to go back and connect via FaceTime, face calls, leaving three-way videos. I want you to handwrite notes. I got an amazing note from a gal who Colleen's part of our I call them, like I said, the empty nesters. We have a better name for it, and it's really awesome. But she sent me a note with a pair of rubber gloves, a pair of gloves for me, and it was so thoughtful. I thought to myself, how awesome is it that she thought of me, and then she took time and she wrote a long, about this much of a note to me, and I cherish it. I will keep it. I put it in my mirror in my bathroom so that I can see that she too is going through a little bit of emotional of how do I stay connected and what do I do? And honestly, this is what it's about. So that's my challenge. I want you to get back to writing your notes, doing your 3 ways, making that connection. And honestly, I want you to go live about 3 times a day. And don't be afraid to show your product. Don't be afraid to share what you're doing, because remember, you're teaching your kids and yourself and your customers that life is going to get back to normal. And we're going to try to do the normal things that we do. I mean, I didn't stop brushing my teeth. I didn't stop putting my makeup on. Yesterday, I didn't have my makeup on. That was kind of disturbing. Because poor little Adeline called me last night on FaceTime, and she kind of looked at me like, Becca, what's wrong with you? She loves me unconditionally. But you know what? I put my makeup on for me. And I do it because I like it and I feel good about myself. And I honestly, when I get up and I do what I'm supposed to be doing, guys, you're going to feel better about life. And I remember being young moms and overwhelmed and feeling like, why? And honestly, I did it because my little children could see their mom get up, put a smile, reassure my children that everything was going to be okay. You're a leading example, and I want to challenge you with that. Let's all be the most amazing leading examples of positivity, sense of security, and accepting the challenges that I believe Heavenly Father is giving us. Yesterday was a very significant day, well, Saturday and Sunday for us, because for our church, the headquarters of the church, we call him our prophet, our amazing prophet. It's like the Pope, and it's like the rabbi, depending on whatever religion you believe in. But for us, it's our prophet. And he got up and he said, on Friday is Good Friday. I've never typically celebrated or even remembered it. And I thought it was really tender and loving. He said, I want to ask you all to take that day and fast, a worldwide fast again, to fast 2 meals. And ask our God, our Heavenly Father, your God, whatever you want it, however you do it, because guess what? We're coming together spiritually. We are praying together. We are doing all the things that we need to become a better society in the whole world. And that's what this is about. So I'm done preaching and loving and caring about you all. I care about you all, but I'm not done. I'm done just in this moment. And I'll get back tomorrow. And sorry, I didn't mean to. I mean, you know, So I'm gonna be done talking. And I love you all so much. Thank you for lifting me up. And honestly, if you get a video from me, video me back. I love it. Makes me the happiest when I get your message of gratitude. I love you all so much. I'm going to turn the time over to my amazing partner, and I adore you. Thank you for keeping me afloat and keeping me smiling and everything. He has the most contagious laugh, and I love that. All right. Thank you.
Love you, sweetheart. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Let me just start off by thanking you for your participation in the leggings giveaway. And guys, that's ongoing. Our hope, we've already started, some of you already started getting those boxes and have already done things with them, have already started the giveaways. And our hope is that as you do that, that more people say, wait a minute, how can I be involved and how can I get in on this? And that we're able to what?
Can I had a great idea. There was a good idea, and I thought maybe while we're on the subject of this really quick, is that my niece came to our orchard on Friday, and she brought her daughters, and they're Girl Scout age. And she had a great idea. She said, you know, we're trying to keep our kids busy. And Dan, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to have some of those leggings to give to St. Jude Hospital in, it's in Anaheim or where? Fullerton. And she's going to encourage, she reached out to the Girl Scout troops, and the troop leader just said, oh my gosh, what a blessing it is to keep these girls and their teams busy writing notes. So they want to get a whole box of 100 pairs of leggings and do the same thing. So you guys, it's really awesome. Keep reaching out to those groups. And honestly, kids would like to participate. So don't underestimate that. Anyway, yes.
Okay. So we thought we had enough leggings at EDC to kind of handle this. But again, you guys never cease to surprise me with your generosity and your desire to give back and to serve. And it is so rewarding to Deanne and I to see this community rise up and just participate in such a meaningful way. So we actually went on Saturday with some family members and we packed another 1,000 boxes at FMC. And I have to give a shout out to the team from FMC who came and drove some forklifts and helped us organize that so that we could get it done. They did a fantastic job, and so John and all of his team for helping us to organize that. And then, and I'm also going to say those are going to ship from West Coast. So if you get a box from West Coast and it's a little wonky the way it's taped and stop, that was all volunteer labor, okay? Those were people who came to serve. And so just know that we're excited about that. There's plenty more there. We will figure out how to get them in boxes and how to get them shipped to you, even if it remains volunteer labor over there getting it done. In Riverside County, they've come back and encouraged us not to leave our homes at all. And if we do leave our home, to make sure that we're wearing a mask. Now, the reason Deanne and I are not wearing a mask right now is we are in our private building, and we are with each other all the time. And so if we're going to get it, if she's going to get it from me and I'm going to get it from her, we already done did it. So, but I want you to know we support that. We support the guidance from our state, federal, local authorities, and we want to do everything we can to contribute to the safety. I want you to understand that wearing a mask isn't about protecting you. It is about protecting those around you. Every time you speak, little droplets of moisture come out of your mouth. And if you're a carrier of the disease, every time you speak, you're spreading those into the air, and people around you have the chance of breathing them in and infecting themselves. And so when you make these masks, you can make them out of some of our fabrics. I know there's some talk about, only pure cotton. Listen, when you make the mask for you to protect what's coming out, that's fine. Then take it home and wash it. Use it for a day, take it home and wash it. Be safe, take care of each other. The other thing that I just did want to share with you, first of all, this morning, it is a gray, rainy, dreary day in Southern California, but it doesn't matter. I'm excited. Let me tell you why I'm excited. You know that the stock market's up over 1,000 points this morning. You know what that says? It says that this COVID virus is an interference in us, but that people have confidence in who we are and in our economy and what's going to happen when we get this thing settled down. They're beginning to talk about the projection of where the peak is and what it's going to take once we get over that peak. And so, guys, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And meanwhile, we hunker down. We love each other. I love what Deanne brought up. You know, having this device and being able to FaceTime, being able to do a Zoom call, being able to Skype, all of these tremendous technological tools that allow us to stay connected. Think about if this had happened 20 years ago, you would be locked in your house and unable to even see anybody else. So you'd just be on a phone call. Now we have this ability to see each other's faces, to see each other laugh and smile, to see each other cry, and to be there emotionally for each other. It's a great opportunity. Guys, we can't change what's happening outside of us. We can change how we act and how we show up. You know, Deanne just mentioned that we had a conference over the last weekend. One of the great stories that came out of that was a woman who shared a story as a little girl having a significant visitor come to the home, and he agreed to go out with her and help feed the chickens. And she was so honored that he was going to go with her to feed the chickens. And it was after dark, and she grabbed her flashlight and off the path she went. And she'd been down the path many, many times. And so she was kind of skipping ahead, and he was coming behind trying to keep up. And she jumped across the irrigation ditch. And as he got to the irrigation ditch, he didn't see it. He stepped right in it. And it was interesting because she said, he took a moment and he said to her, I need you to use that light to help me see the path. And she said that was a lesson that she's carried with her ever since she was a little girl, that it's not enough to just let our light shine. It's critically important that we look around and say, where does my light need to shine? There are people out there right now that are down, that are depressed, that are scared, that are uncertain. And they need light, and you need to be aware of who they are, and you need to think. And as you stop and ponder about your team and the people around you, names will come to your mind. And as those names come to your mind, reach out and be a light to them. They need you. They need your light. They need your light focused so that you can lift. Guys, we love you. It may sound, it may not even, I don't even know how to say this. In some ways, I'm grateful for this COVID virus. It is forcing us to grow in ways that we never thought we were going to grow. And while it's terrible for the people that are involved, for people that are losing loved ones, for people that are living in fear, for those people on our front lines that are overtaxed and working around the clock, we recognize the struggle for all of them. But look at what it's bringing us. Look at what it's bringing our nation, how we're pulling together, how we're believing in each other, how we're turning to the community, turning to prayer, turning to the things that bring us strength forever. The strength that we will develop coming out of this will prepare us for many, many more challenges as we go forward in life. Guys, we love you. And
Well, thanks a lot. I don't know. I've just been, my tears are gratitude. So much gratitude right now. I get so many messages from you all. I'm back there reading what you guys are posting about, you know, bring back the family, bring back the family time, and how LuLaRoe has brought you afloat, has kept you afloat from being depressed and stuff. And I know that there are people, I worry about all of those people that are your customers. They need you to go live every day. They need you to share that life is happy. And even if you're fighting it really bad, maybe you can reach out and say how grateful you are to your customers. Again, I don't know, we're just so emotional today because you know what? We cannot do it without you. And you know what? It isn't about selling clothes. It's about this community that we've developed. And I don't ever want to go back to me, myself, and I trying to sell. I want to do this with all of you. I want to continue doing it. And you know what? We're still onboarding. Reach out. Let people know that they can just be a part. They don't need to buy. They just need to be a part and be loving and kind. And that's the way you all are. So we've gone over a little longer than we typically thought. But man, what a day.
Yeah.
What a week it is. And wait for tomorrow because we're just going to be
Monday.
happy.
Let's go.
It is. It's a marvelous Monday. So thank you for all the leggings. And somebody asked about how soon we're going to get those out. I'm sure John's got a plan. It'll come up and you'll see it. And, you know, make sure you scoop them up. And once those are gone, then we'll figure out a way to get more. You know, honestly, we're not going to leave anybody out. I really honestly believe that once you guys get your leggings, or someone person posts that she has already been committed to giving away 700 pair
Wow.
already.
Amazing.
Thank you for that.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful week.